We can actually create a letter portrait logo. I mean, using any kind of alphabet. Take it for instance, you can use letter key. If you have a letter key like this, increase the size very well. Okay, then we go to here. Use this font for better clearance. So when you have it this way, there are two things we are going to do here to make it work perfect. Okay, so I duplicate it and you can see this. All right, so what we're going to do next here is very simple. Although the logo looks simple, but it's more professional. So I'm going to change this one to alphabet I, and as you can see, right, so I use the relative position to make sure that it's aligned properly. Then you save it. You save it directly like this. So after saving, the next thing we're going to do is to back and you cancel the whole stuff. Now we're going to import what we just saved. Okay, like this. So what I'm going to do here is very simple. Okay, so before I drag it here, there are two things I will do. I will first of all divide it into two by bringing this one here. Okay, then I will go to, so after bringing it that way, I will go to eraser. Okay, so once I go directly to eraser, there are two things I will do. The first thing is using this particular shape to cut it out, to cut a part out here. Okay, so and this is how I will do it. Just increase the size so that we'll cut out the upper part. I'm going to cut that out exactly like this. So once I click here, I'm going to ring it out and you can see what we get. Perfect. Now the next thing we're going to do is going back to gallery and you import this. So this is exactly how we're going to do it. Increase this so that it will match the size. So now we'll position this one here and we'll cut some parts. We are going to cut some other parts out. So take it for instance, increasing this, select this and we come here and cut it out. Now you can see the results and we can still try more harder by making sure that we still cut a little bit part. So now we have this result. So now that we have this result, there are two colors we are going to give this. But before that, I'm thinking we should just erase this a little bit as well. Maybe that would be better. And what I'm going to do this time around is to have a cropping shape like this. Crop it, then move it around until when you are able to dig it out and cut out some patch. Okay, take it for instance, you do this. So now what we are able to achieve is very simple. So what we're going to do next is give it different color. So I'm going to give the upper part, let's say I give it a deep blue color. I think that will be better. So you can tap here, then you go to the color area, and give it a color. Then we go to the upper part, then you give it a different color depending on the brand color. So let's say we give it this and this. So depends, but I prefer using this as a kind of example, and let's see the result we're going to get. So I want to make this blue a little bit shouty for me to be able to have what it could. So now after having this, then I'm going to lock the two. Now I will go to shape. Having this shape, I will shape, or let me directly select the shape where I'm going to have this. Okay, so I'm going to have this. Okay, perfect. So you can rotate this a little bit to text how it's going to look. Okay, so and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to change the color to this, change it to black, then having another shape entirely. This time around I'm going to use the relative position to position the first black, then change the color to this to white, then go to edit as well so that I can be able to reduce the size. Okay, so after that, or better still, let me just forget the rotation I have here. I'll forget the rotation for this as well. Now I'll be able to go to edit. So here this is area where I'm going to do the justice by cutting out some part of the shape. Okay, so you cut some part of the shape. So after just tapping it that way, and if you want it to be uniform, just use your relative position so that if you position it to the center and you merge it exactly like this, use the erase color to cut out some parts and you have this result. So when you have this result exactly like this, it's actually cool. So we can move on. We can actually move on, but there's something I want us to do to make this stuff okay. Okay, so we can actually bend it and make the upper part want to be covered while the other one will not cover the rest. Okay, so what we're going to do is making it shift to one side so that it won't be the same. So if you rotate it a little bit so that we'll put a justice to that, then you can see what I'm trying to achieve. So after that, we'll merge it together. You can now go to erase color and erase it. So in this regard, let's position this to the center for us to be able to have justice. So now what I'm trying to do is this. So when we have this, we can be able to merge this. As you can see, we can merge this while we have something of this nature. But the other part, I don't want it to overlap and move upward like that. So what am I going to do? It's very easy. It's very easy, and I feel I can still bring it down a little bit, and this shows that I need to even do a kind of a cut to this part. So what I'm going to do next is rotating it a little bit. So once I rotate it, what I'm going to do is give it the color. Okay, so after giving it the color, make sure everything will be rhyme professionally. So now the lower part, I will use my mask to cut it, and that's why I've not been using the mask before. I want it to be the final cut that I'm going to use. So after open the mask, then you use it to cut the lower part so that it will blend automatically. And as you can see, that is boom, will work, right? So the another problem I'm having with this is I have to shift this cam back a little bit, or there are two things involved. Okay, is either I went directly to erase color and I bring this back, or any other way around. But instead of doing that, I feel check a little bit, and after checking, I will use I'll cut it out. Okay, and it will still work. So what I will do is to go into my mask. Okay, then just blend my mask like this until when it's able to cut it, it will cut it exactly the way I want it to be. Okay, perfect. So now what I'm going to do next is to have another shape that will be coming from the app. So I can still do this by going to 3D and rotate it exactly like this. Okay, so after that you reduce the size a little bit, then you rotate it, let it come like this. Okay, then you look at it, is it actually going to work? If it doesn't, we can, so if it doesn't, we first of all remove this. So we can crop in the other side if you want. So take it for instance, if what we want is okay, perfect, but we have to reduce the size a bit. So let's see what we got there. We are going to delete this. Having the new shape like this, reduce the size very well. Okay, and then we are going to change the color. We change the color and position to center. Then we go to the shape as well, reduce. Okay, then we are going to use that to crop this part. Now what we're going to do next is make sure one particular area is short while the other one is somehow long. So take it for instance, it's cool like this. So what we are going to do next is merge it as usual. Then we are going to use the erase color to cut it out. So once we achieve that, we can rotate and move it like this. So we can rotate and having this. Okay, perfect. Or we rotate it till we have something like this. So positioning that way is very simple. So what we're going to do next is cut the lower part that can be causing issue. So we'll move it up a little bit, then we'll cut the mouth out. Okay, so we're going to look at the top part, dragging our mask. Okay, click here, drag it to this level. So once we're able to achieve that, it will remain the lower part or the upper part. Then we use our mask as well to do a kind of justice to it as well by cutting this part out so that everything so that everything can have the same color. So now the next thing we're going to do is to complete the upper part color, and you can see we'll have the result. So what I'm thinking we should do now is make it closer a little bit, just like this, perfect. Shift this a little bit. This logo created for Kings Limited. So now you can see the magic, the work. So I'm having an issue with this. Do I still need to use my mask for it? So let's see. So I guess I don't need to use mask to cut any part out. And as you can see, everything seems to be good. So we can now go in there, merge everything together, reduce the size. Okay, reduce the size, position it here. Okay, perfect. So now the next thing is put the, so we have a gain limited. So we'll make it to be bolder a little bit, and we can actually use the font I use, Leisure Serif. So if that will actually work. Okay, perfect. So I will bold it a little bit for easy, for the hierarchy, increasing it a little bit. Okay, there is something I noticed there. The logo were not that kind. I mean, the font is not justifiable, so I have to cut it. Then what I'm going to do next is having another one, paste it. So L is going to stand on its own. Change is try to be independent. So what I'm going to do next is just bring it down here. Okay, bring it down here. Limited. So I'm going to copy and then edit and paste. Okay. So once you experience this, what we're going to do is to recover the auto save. So when you recover the auto save, just repeat the last process. Okay. As you increase this, move it there a little bit. Now copy. So we have letter L. So we are going to use hand to direct them perfectly. Okay, perfect. Copy. Then we'll have our limited. So now shift this so that we close. The essence of doing this is because I noticed the font are not properly aligned automatically. So now after position this, you can readjust the position of the logo. Okay, just as perfect. So now what we're going to do is to split the color as well. I'm giving this while the limiter will carry this secondary color. Then we can go further. So now this is cool. I'm going to merge the two together. So now position it well. Okay. So we'll go to transparent background and we'll have the results being saved. So after this, we are going to position this. Okay, we are going to position it, and when we look at it, this is simple. We can actually use a black color as well. We have this. Now the next thing I want us to do now is let's go to photopea.com. So we'll go to this time around. I'm going to template. So I need a 3D glass. Okay, and I guess this will be cool, but the way it normally don't give me the kind of vibe I want. So, and I guess if that doesn't work, I can actually make use of this. This should do. So immediately you tap here, you still retap, and you'll be waiting for the logo to load. After loading, you proceed with editing, where I'm going to show you the proper and easy way on editing this. So when you have this result, tap on the layer, your logo here, double tap it, click on the eye icon beside it, go to file, open and place. The design we made perfect on our Pixellab right now. You are going to import it back here. Okay, then you increase the size a little bit. After that, go to file and click save with smart object. Once you see smart object updated, tap here. Then the result is boom. It's just as simple as this. Okay, on one click we can see, right? So we can just adjust if we don't actually want it to be like that. So here where we have 100, you can put it 70. Okay, and where we have this particular light radiation, we can quickly go in there and put something like 70. Okay, so when we check it, the result must reflect. Go to export and click on save. Window will pop up where the logo will be saved. View it and boom, we're done. So thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe if you are new to my channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell icon so that you can be notified whenever I post a new video like this. Thanks for watching. God bless you.